Hey everyone, I think we finally have an AI agent for Microsoft Excel. This is not a Microsoft product, but this is truly transformative for the way we do financial analysis, financial modeling, financial planning, even if you're a CFP or an RIA. This is going to be a complete game changer for your workflows, probably going to help you save 80% of time um, when it comes to like any kind of financial planning work that you do. And so because it feels like Excel, like just when you look at it, this is why it is transformative because they've not changed a whole lot. You can still export and import your XLS files, and you can import existing Excel files, and you can create new Excel files. As someone who just dislikes using Excel, like completely dislikes using Excel, this is a game changer. And so we're going to just jump right into how to use it. It's called tryshortcut.ai. That's the name of the tool. And just like any good AI system and any kind of AI product, you want to give it custom AI rules because that really determines the kind of output that you get. And so here I've used the CFP Board of Standards for instruction guidance. And so here you have regulatory compliance and documentation. You have financial planning standards and assumptions. You have professional formatting and presentation. This is just more of how the sheets look from a visualization perspective. And then CFP specific calculations, which is pretty mind-blowing that it can run through Monte Carlo analysis. And we know that this was possible in a few AI tools out there, but a lot of advisors who are traditional advisors and who are just used to using Excel, now they have something that's native to them, but also AI native. That's pretty mind-blowing, right? So again, like retirement planning, education funding, tax planning, estate planning, you'll be able to run all of that now. All right, so I'm going to click Save Rules. And here I have a sample prompt, which is to create a comprehensive financial planning analysis for the Smith family with the following data. This is obviously like fictitious data, but it has information about income, expenses, assets, liabilities, insurance, goals, and also gives instructions about the analysis, the kind of analysis that's required, right? So pretty standard net worth, cash flow analysis, retirement planning, education funding, insurance needs analysis, and most importantly, tax optimization opportunities, right? Imagine if now AI can help any advisor become a tax optimization expert. That's something your high net worth clients are really going to love. And let's throw it in there and see what happens. All right. So it is going to take a while. So we're going to watch it crunch through different. It's probably going to ask me to confirm a few things. But again, like these AI systems are becoming so good and more trustworthy, I would say, because the more narrow the application is, I think the more we can start trusting it because we know that the founders and the builders have really sharpen their focus, really like fine-tune their focus to like become the AI for Excel or the AI for PowerPoint. Like that makes it easier for us to, use a product, but also be able to trust it. But like being able to show the thinking process of how it's coming to an answer is extremely important, right? You want to know how it's thinking through, a problem that you've given it. And so here you can see that it is ingested your information and your prompt, and now it's creating a comprehensive plan. So this is what makes it agentic and what makes it gives it that human in the loop function. It helps, it has these clarification questions for me, right? So, and it's waiting for clarification. You can see right there. So I need to help clarify. And this UI is so good because I can just click inside. So how should I organize this comprehensive analysis across the spreadsheet? Multiple sheets. For the Monte Carlo retirement analysis, what confidence level should I target? Let's see, 90% probability of success. For college planning, what type of institution should I assume? Definitely private. Let's go big. What investment return assumption should I use for the analysis? You know what? I'm feeling optimistic today. For life insurance needs analysis, which method should I prioritize? Needs-based analysis, of course. And are there any compliance, state tax considerations, or other unique aspects of the Smiths family should I consider? As you can see, like just going through this is going to transform the way you create those financial plans for your clients. And or prospects even. And whenever I try to create any of these videos that's outside of the field of advisor marketing, I always try to tie it back into marketing, because it honestly does tie back into marketing. Like when you're meeting with that prospect and you're collecting like initial data points about like, what are your goals? Like what do you want to achieve? Like being able to quickly spin up something and show them that's of value right in that second meeting or that third meeting, whatever it is. It builds trust really quickly and shows that you're tech savvy and that you're on top of it and you're willing to go the extra mile. So it definitely does help with marketing. And so that's one of the reasons that why I'm creating this video, is to show how you can use these AI tools to not just save time, but also have it all tie back into your growth plan and help advisors save tons of time and just make it easier to make yourself more valuable. So, okay, so here, please specify the ranges, client data input section, optional. So it's optional. I can specify any ranges that I want, but I'm just going to click continue. All right, so it's going to crunch the numbers now. And I'm going to drop all these prompts in my LinkedIn newsletter. So definitely click and subscribe to our newsletter. I'm going to be cranking out more and more prompts for more and more use cases, so you can copy it and use it within any AI system that you use. But I'll try to be specific about the tool and the model that I am using, so you know how to test it out. So, all right, so it's creating the workbook structure for us, and we'll probably have to wait a few seconds. So you can see over here, it says tasks, right? It says 0 out of 9 tasks. So it's given itself tasks. I think, again, that's what makes it agentic. So there's a human in the loop, and we saw the human in the loop piece. But here we have what's called task decomposition. Sorry. So it takes a high-level prompt that you've given it, and it creates its own subtasks so that it can execute it step by step. It's called chain of thought reasoning. How we use that word, we use the phrase really casually. I lost my chain of thought, or I'm trying to gather my chain of thought. And essentially that's what, AI researchers and developers have tried to bake into the AI models, is this chain of reasoning, chain of thinking about a complex problem. And so here you have all these multiple steps that it's given itself. You can see right there, right? First task, create workbook structure with 8 sheets. So it created the 8 sheets, and then it crossed it out. So it's done. Input all the client data in datasheet, including income, expenses, assets, and liabilities in range. Done. All right. Create current net worth statement in current position. Build retirement planning model with Monte Carlo simulation. Calculate 529 plan retirements for both children. Assuming $55K a year private university costs. Develop tax optimization. Okay. Incredible. But I just want to again disclose that if you're an advisor watching this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, if AI can do all of this, what's going to happen to what I do? I'm probably not going to have a job. And again, like this is something that's been debated so much now in the space. And I just want to tell you, be deeply encouraged. It's going to be maybe 20, 25 years until the US government decides to authorize AI companies to give credentials to LLMs. We'll probably have a CFP LLM at some point, but it's going to take a long time before it gets there, right? And even if it does, it's always going to have a human CFP to authenticate the plans and to actually provide advice, provide that final step of advice. So be deeply encouraged, because now you're just going to be 100x more productive and be able to do so much more. So it's in task 2 of 9, and let's see what it's doing. Okay, it's still crunching through the numbers, right? So I think it's been 6 minutes since we started out, and it's already completed. Okay, so it's just done the onboarding piece. So it's inputted all the client data. And now it is working on current net worth statement and the current position sheet. Okay, gotcha. So that's what it's doing. Okay, so you can see right there, it says current position, right? And so you can see that it's getting that done. Yep, it's verifying stuff too. This is a really cool application. It's going through what's called chain of verification. Again, it's similar to chain of thought, but just for verifying the AI's output. There's so many different terms to call for it. Self-criticism is one of it. I don't think this is a self-criticism loop, where the model actually criticizes criticizes the output it's generated and runs through a check again, just to make sure that all the data, all the information is actually grounded in data that you've given it. So, this is taking a while, but I want to record this entire video while it crunches through the plan. But let's have a look at what it's done so far. Okay, so we have the data here, right? We have current information, assets, liabilities, income, expenses, insurance. Okay, so it finished current position, and so it moved on to retirement by itself. So here I can access all the sheets. I have data, current position, education, insurance. Pretty sweet. Current position. Let's see. So we have a cash flow analysis. All done with AI. We have a net worth statement. I can imagine that if you serve business owners, they would love to crunch on something like this. And, what I meant was that, they're probably going to have more complex tax scenarios. So it'll be really interesting to see how it ingests data about an LLC or a C Corp, tax statements, whatnot, and then form like a tax optimization strategy for you that you can provide to the business owner client. That could be a game changer as well. All right, so it's in the retirement. Okay, it's still getting the retirement stuff done. And let's see, it's still 6 pending. All right, so tasks 3 out of 9 are done. It's building out the retirement planning model with Monte Carlo simulation, and it has all these tasks in line. So it is on track. With current position, you can see that there are no empty values. Everything is done. Pretty impressive. Let's look at this. Okay, cash flow analysis is done, so it's finished through that. So it's going through the retirement planning. I'm just going to wait it out a little bit. It's probably going to take a few minutes, but at least we'll know how long it's going to take. Okay, now let me create the educational planning sheet. Just in case you're watching this, you're an advisor, this is going to be worth your time to look at me staring at a bunch of AI generated Excel sheets. This is totally going to be worth your while. So please hang on, and we'll just ram through the end. 4 of 9 tasks done. So we started about 10 minutes ago. I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be done in the next 7 minutes. So you're looking at 15 minutes, I would think, to create a full-blown financial plan for a household with retirement planning in place, education planning, insurance planning, tax strategy, assumptions. Pretty sure that estate planning has been considered as well. But we can ask it to consider estate planning. Actually, that's something to verify because I think we asked it to. Okay, we did not. We did not ask it to verify to run an estate planning analysis. But I bet it could. I bet it could. And all right, so task 5 out of 9 done now. So we're 56% of the way there. And I love this user interface because this user interface lets me look at the work the agent is doing. This is absolutely critical for AI systems, especially for sensitive use cases like what we're doing right now, where we're trying to crunch through a financial plan for a client using that data maybe. And they have really good data security measures in place, so you can click on the security button right there. to get an idea of what their security protocols are. And no, they don't train on any of your data. So it should be fairly safe to use. Okay, so it's done with the retirement planning stuff. All right, here we go. Looks good. We have the retirement variables, years retirement, Monte Carlo simulation, scenario results. Super cool, super awesome. All right, mean returns, return standard deviation, everything's included. Yeah, this is good. There is one empty cell. Okay, it's just a space, I guess. That's cool. I can just make it. Boom, done. Education. It has a detailed education plan done. And once the plan is done, you can save it, of course, but you can also throw it into your own Excel if you want to play around with it. But you can. I don't see why you just can't keep playing around with it right here, right? So this is the Pro plan, and I'm not even on the Max plan. And the Max plan is, I don't know, it says upgrade to Max for more powerful models. So I don't know what more they can do beyond this, but I guess there's a lot more that can be done. I think what would be interesting is to create a client-facing dashboard. Like essentially you can use Try Shortcut to be your financial planning software. If you're a classic, if you've always liked using classic Excel, Microsoft Excel for running your plans, but you've always struggled with visualizing all of that data for a client who may not love Excel, and it's probably 98% of clients, you could maybe create a client-facing dashboard, which would be extremely interesting to see what comes off that. Okay, task 7 out of 9 complete. So we have current position done. All right, we have retirement planning. The retirement planning analysis is done. Education analysis is done. This is for a private 4-year university for 2 kids. Okay, really solid. Okay, it also suggests alternatives for Roth, taxable investment, Coverdell ESA, and also includes tax benefits. Incredible. Insurance needs analysis, life insurance needs, disability insurance analysis. Okay, task 8 out of 9, we're almost done. So I was right. This is taking us 15 minutes. It's been, we started running the plan 5 minutes into creating the video. And there you have it, folks. It's taken us about 15 minutes to get a full-blown financial plan complete. This would have otherwise taken for maybe, assuming they have the templates and everything in place, probably 6 hours at the least, if not 8. This got done in 15 minutes. So if you look at your billables on average, this just saved you $3,000 maybe. But forget about that. That's a lame comparison. But I think the real value on the marketing side is wow, I just met you yesterday and now you have a full-blown financial plan for us to look at with all the data in the right place. Yeah, let me visualize it for you and show you what's going on. Here's a dashboard we created for you. Here's a personalized dashboard that we just generated for you. All right, so task 9 out of 9, done, 100%. So you have insurance done. You have a recommendation summary, perfect, gotcha. Tax strategy, this is where the rubber meets the road, right? Current tax situation, 401k optimization. Here's a tax optimization summary. Like, I literally cannot think of a better time to try and become an advisor. Like, I'm kind of considering it right now, honestly, just looking at this. I'm like, this is incredible. Assumptions and methodology. Really, really important, right? How did it come up to its assumptions? What return assumptions did it use? What tax assumptions did it use? What methodology notes it, what kind of methodologies it used? Everything is all here. This is like an executive summary, I think. Sorry, this is the assumption sheet. And so you have trailed assumption sheet. So you know the date and the client name. All right, so let's look at the summary. This is the executive summary. Pretty awesome. We are done. Task 9 of 9. Done. Complete. We are done. And we're going to wait for this to stop. And once this is done, we are going to try and create a client-facing dashboard. Okay, I really want to appreciate the way the system is thinking through this output. So it's not just crunching through the numbers and producing this plan for you, but the verification piece. That is like the key problem to solve for financial analysis use cases. And it's running through this verification loop. Now let me verify the linkages between the sheets and the executive summary accuracy. So that gives it time to have another agent, call it a verification agent, that can look at all the numbers across the sheets, compare it to the final executive summary that we're on right now, and then look for inconsistencies. And if it finds inconsistencies, to go back through the different sheets, look at cells that may need correction, look at formulas that might need correction, and being able to change that, like dynamically change it. There you go. Okay, so it has a comprehensive financial plan verification summary. And this is because I want to be clear that it's going through these loops because we've given it very specific instructions here. This is why your custom AI rules are so vital, right? People just use an AI chatbot right off the bat and expect it to do magic for you. It's not. It's like this extremely intelligent machine that needs to be directed. It needs to channel all its intelligence. So it has, I think that these instructions that are key and vital so that the AI has very clear guidance on how to use it. Okay, so overall assessment. The financial plan is properly constructed with accurate calculations and appropriate linkages between sheets. Sheet structure and linkages all correct. Current position sheet verified. This is a really good, phenomenal feature. I would like to assume that they've integrated a verification agent that is looping through the sheets and verifying the numbers. That's smart and expected. Education funding verified. Insurance analysis verified. Tax strategy verified. Key issues identified. Here we go. The recommended actions require 106,000 annually, but current free cash flow is only 17,764. This creates a 75,000 215 shortfall. The mortgage rate appears to be entered as. So this is good. This is really good that it identified these issues. And also makes recommendations so you can go back and verify and change things. Comprehensive financial analysis complete. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Max AI. I'm going to say, thank you. Can you generate a visually appealing client-facing dashboard for this financial plan? I want to make it easy for the household to understand what you have done here. Bam, done. All right, let's see what it does. I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's see. We are entering in the era of we're entering the era of personalized dashboards. I don't think any of us perceived that AI could get there so quickly. I think we all knew that AI could write great poems and generate good content. But to think of it dynamically creating applications that's specific for a client is it's a complete rethinking of even how we do marketing, because like the old era of like marketing with white papers and like ebooks and like lead magnets, like here's a lead magnet with a 20-page white paper you may never read. Instead, get a detailed, comprehensive client-facing dashboard for you to look at within 24 hours. Drop your email here, right? That is going to be a game changer, because now advisors can now, I would say, vibe code their own applications and their own plans, their own dashboards. This is an example, but this is only going to get progressively better. And if you're an advisor or if you work in finance and you're watching this, get an account with Perplexity, check out Perplexity Labs, and use Claude. ChatGPT is great, but it's a generalized chatbot. They are trying to serve the world, and they have phenomenal use cases for white collar workers, and especially with data analysis and stuff like that, which is awesome. But Claude is becoming more vertically focused on finance, and Perplexity too. So definitely try to extract as much as you can from both those chatbots. Okay, so we do have, here we go. We have a client-facing dashboard, and it has a visual header. It has your financial health, retirement readiness, and it's not the prettiest dashboard in the world, but we can ask it to make it better. And I think it's still working on it. Okay, it's done. Okay, here we go. So we have retirement readiness, progress to goals, your action plan, priority. That's awesome. It has a priority level. Cash flow reality checks, your next steps, key insight. You have a strong foundation. However, you need to increase savings. That's consistent with what we saw earlier. Schedule your quarterly review to stay on track. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is a first of its kind long form video that I've tried to create using an AI tool. But I hope you like watching this video, and if you need assistance like setting up prompts and like kind of fine tuning these instructions around your firm, like definitely get in touch. But subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be producing more and more videos like this, so you can just copy paste these prompts and maybe just tweak it a little bit for your own firm and for your own client use cases. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video.